Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So we've got some interesting news coming way of Konami. Basically they kind of put out a press release talking about some of the things that we're going to be seeing in the game this year. Alright, so I'll have a link to the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG website where they posted the official news, and then I'll have a link to YGO organization that basically they basically just made it like a Cliff Notes version of kind of like the highlights. So first up, we're going to be getting a new theme based on most likely Dante's Inferno. That's a poem. It's also a book where basically a guy goes to hell. He has to go through the 9 stages of hell to save his girlfriend, or at least that's how it was in the video game. If you don't know what Dante's Inferno is, you can Google it. It's really not that complicated. They're going to be called Burning Abyss, which I'm not sure what to make of that. Like, that sounds like that could be a dark theme. That sounds like that could be fire. And that even seems like it could potentially be water because Abyss, like, Mermills, Abyss Rising, all of that stuff. Also, it is 100% confirmed as, I can't really take any, like, credit for this because everybody predicted it. And anybody with, like, half a brain, Shooting Quasar Dragon is going to be reprinted in Legendary Collections 5Es. I mean, it was obvious. Come on. It got to basically be a $100 card. Konami saw that they could cash in. People were like, oh, they don't own the rights. I don't really think that they care. Somebody who owns the rights is going to be making money off of this. Everybody likes money. So Quasar has been confirmed by Konami themselves. It is 100% going to be in Legendary Collection 5. And that's fantastic. Also, we're going to be getting a Black Rose Dragon reprint. Thank you. I actually want that more than Quasar because I just find I'm probably going to use Black Rose before I use Quasar, and it's just way too expensive of a card. Hopefully, it'll be like a secret rare, not like a common. I mean, I kind of want it to still be hollow and stuff like that. Here's something that's really interesting. We're going to be getting a new Stardust card. It's called Stardust Flash, and I'm wondering if this is going to be like, Stardust Spark Dragon, where it's like an all-new synchro, but similar to Stardust Dragon, or maybe this might be like a Stardust support card. I mean, Stardust is pretty much the most iconic synchro monster ever, so it doesn't necessarily surprise me that they're finding ways to incorporate it, even though it's had like a bajillion releases. I mean, this set is basically revolving around anything synchro, so why not make new support for the most iconic synchro ever? We're also going to be getting 2 new Nordic monsters, and that's really cool because, Nordics were one of those, they're one of those decks where I think maybe their synchros were like too hard to summon. I know that a lot of people thought that Loki was kind of lackluster, so these might be synchros. I kind of hope that they are. If they are synchros, I hope they're just like level 7 or level 8, like something that's moderately easy to summon, but very powerful, like kind of on the level of like Scrap Dragon or something like that. Like, don't make it like level 11, impossible to summon, but really powerful, and then nobody ever plays it. Or they can just be like regular Nordic monsters, and they can make them broken, and then that would make like Nordics kind of like tier 1.5, which I wouldn't be opposed with. If you got to make a couple of broken monsters just to get the set to be, or to get your art type to be playable when it kind of flopped and no one ever played it, I'm fine with that. And then finally, in the Noble Knight box set, which was just announced today, we're going to be getting platinum rares, which I have no idea what the hell that is, but it has been confirmed that Effect Veiler and Forbidden Lance will be among these platinum rares. So, I mean, I wonder what that's going to be like. I mean, Konami pretty much hasn't really ran out of ideas for rarities. Like, I remember when I first heard about the Ghost Rare, I was like, that sounds stupid. And then I saw like a Ghost Rare Honest, and I was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, including porn. So that's awesome. So we've got some really interesting news. Duelist Advent sounds like it's going to be even more of a trip than what everybody thought. Legendary Collection 5 is looking amazing. Anybody who wants Quasar or just like some of the harder to find synchros, it looks like we're going to be getting those. New Stardust card, new Nordics. We're going to be getting an entirely new rarity. Effect Veiler, Forbidden Lance reprint. I'm trying to think of another card that would kind of like be along those lines. I was gonna say Breakthrough Skill is the first thing that came to my mind, but they just reprinted that in the Lightsworn deck, so I don't know. Maybe there's some other cards that Swap Frog, yeah, reprint Swap Frog as a freaking platinum rare. That would be boss. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this news, and let me know what you think Burning Abyss. Like, what do you think that art type is gonna be? Like, what attribute is that? Is that fire? Is that dark? Or is that water? Thanks. Subscribing makes life happy.